Residents stock up on supplies as Tropical Storm ERIKA takes aim for the entire chain. We've got the very latest on the storm.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, I'm Jiminita Swain. On the island of Cat Island, we tell you how residents are preparing for ERIKA.
Coming up, San Salvador prepares for Tropical Storm ERIKA.
And then see what ERIKA did in Dominica. Shawnee Miller goes after a medal. The Bahamas tonight. The National Report starts right now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Tropical Storm ERIKA triggers devastating floods in Dominica and now takes aim for the Bahamas. Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. Tropical Storm ERIKA remains unorganized as it travels through the Northeast Caribbean Sea. The storm has already dumped 5 to 10 inches of rain on the Lesser Antilles, with more rain anticipated for Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. Joining us now with the latest on the track of possible Hurricane ERIKA, Greg Thompson. Greg, right now it's still poorly organized, but that doesn't really mean anything because it is a real water dumper.
Yeah, it is actually doing quite a bit. Well, did quite a bit of damage to Dominica, as you mentioned. Dropped quite a bit of rainfall across the area. They had some massive flooding. I'm sure you're going to have some photos or some video about that. But it is a wet storm. We expect it to continue to move towards the northwest. That's the track it's actually taken now, more west-northwest. And it's actually over the eastern Caribbean Sea right now, moving just to the east-west of Dominica and Guadeloupe. This is the 5 p.m. position, 16.6 degrees north, latitude 64.0 degrees west, longitude, max winds at 45 miles per hour. It continues to move towards the west-northwest at 15 miles per hour, roughly 175 miles to the west of Guadeloupe. As you mentioned, the system will continue moving towards the west and actually west-northwest, moving across Puerto Rico. Of course, Puerto Rico having some mountainous terrain, as well as Hispaniola. We're expecting it to interact with those. We're hoping that it does quite a bit of interaction with that. That will weaken the storm some, but it is a rainmaker, and it should cause some flash flood across Puerto Rico as well as Hispaniola, moving into the southeast Bahamas by Saturday. So we are anticipating some real rainfall with this, anywhere from 4 to 8 inches and maximum amounts of up to 12 inches possible with the system. So do expect some moderate to severe flooding across the southeast Bahamas once the system moves over the open waters. So we'll continue on that track, moving into the central Bahamas sometime late Saturday into Sunday, and moving here generally into the New Providence area sometime late Sunday into Monday, possibly making hurricane status as it gets into some warmer waters. Chris?
All right, Greg, thanks a lot. The islands in the southeast Bahamas will feel the effects of Tropical Storm ERIKA first when it enters the archipelago this weekend. We spoke with retired police officer Hugh Williamson in Mayaguana as they get prepared down there.
We have done a walk through or visit, establish the shelters, and with the agencies, NEMA, police, social services, we put in place all of the preparation for the storm. Residents right now, they're still busy just doing last minute things like, as I say, picking up stuff that the wind can blow around and ensuring that those persons who may need help during the storm or even prior to, that we find in some ways to assist them.
Another island that's expected to feel the full brunt of ERIKA is San Salvador. Jared Higgs tells us that some Club Med employees are hoping to get out before ERIKA even touches down.
As Tropical Storm ERIKA approaches the Bahamas, the effects can be seen in San Salvador even days before her arrival. These Club Med workers from France were set to leave the Bahamas in a few days. But with Bahamas Air announcing flight cancellations, the group's leader, Claire, says they have to take early action.
They have to leave earlier because Bahamas Air announced that the flight will be cancelled on Sunday. So they have connecting flights and everything, so they choose to take a flight now and not take a risk.
As some leave the island, officials prepare for the storm's potential impact. Besides these plywood to border up buildings, officials are also eager to test out the effectiveness of some recently installed drainage systems. These drains would have come in handy during the last storm to rock the island. That was Hurricane Francis in 2004. Island Administrator Mr. Theophilus Cox is optimistic, but not taking any chances.
We've also dealt with the shutters. They're not up yet. We are in the process of doing that today, but we've already secured the material that we need, and we have already checked the command center and the shelters. They have been dealt with, and so basically we are just about ready to go.
While Mr. Cox adds that school closures are likely, school teachers continue their preparation for the new year. Meanwhile, Claire and her countrymen are eager to go home, no matter how beautiful the Bahamas is.
Yes, but we have to leave sometime because we work hard.
Reporting from San Salvador, I'm Jared Higgs.
Jared, thanks a lot. On Cat Island, disaster preparedness officials check the shelters on that island to make sure that all systems are a go if residents actually need them. Our team coverage of Tropical Storm ERIKA continues with Jimmy Swain on that island.
We're here in the settlement of New Bight in Cat Island. We've been here for a few hours now, but when we got in this morning, it was sunny, it was hot, and it was very dry. However, as the day progressed, the elements or weather elements started to change. The winds began to pick up. As you can see, the water is a bit more choppy, and even in the distance, it looks like weather conditions are going to change as the day progresses. Now, we also had an opportunity to speak with the island administrator, Mr. Jackson McIntosh, who informed us that the Disaster Preparedness Committee had its final meeting on Wednesday, and they're prepared for ERIKA.
Plan today has been abated a bit because ERIKA seemed to be a little bit more disorganized than it was last night. However, we are going to have in place all of the protective measures, and we'll put full gear action plan tomorrow morning. 1,500 plus souls in Cat Island have been notified. Persons have been advised to heed the warnings. We must treat this storm as if it is a category 3. Not only because of the winds, but this is one of the islands that is flood prone.
Now, Administrator McIntosh also gave us an idea of how soon the command center would be activated.
So we placed in the one in the command center becomes activated. The command center this year is going to be the residence of the district administrator. We make sure that all the readiness plans for that is in place, that all the shelters are open. Also today, there is a group going around to ensure that all of the backup generators for these shelters are working.
Now, we also made our way down to the city dock to find out how officials of the new G were preparing for ERIKA.
We came at 6:30 this morning, where we are offloading to head back to Nassau at 7 o'clock this evening.
So is that a precaution for being out of this area ahead of ERIKA, or this is the regular routine?
It's the regular routine that every Thursday evening we set sail to leave back, but then since it's a hurricane, we want to take prior precautions to be back at Nassau for safekeeping.
Residents also shared their concerns ahead of ERIKA. Are you concerned about it, and how are you preparing for it?
Well, I'm concerned about all storm. And I tried to prepare my house as best as I could. I stock up on everything what I needed, and I really prepared for it. We were dry now for at least about 6 months. So as much rain as we could, don't flood us out, but as much rain as they could give us, we could take it.
I'm just hoping for rain, because we were so dry. I'm just hoping for some rain and maybe some little breeze and rain, and that's just about it.
Well, as preparations continue on the island of Cat Island, we will keep you updated ahead of ERIKA. Reporting from New Bight, Cat Island, Jimmy Swain, ZNS Network News.
Jimmy, thanks a lot. Our team coverage continues in Eleuthera, where officials there say they're ready, even though things seem a bit calm right now. Our Charles Fisher tonight is on that island.
Despite showings of rough seas on the north side, persons here in Eleuthera was going through business like any normal day. A few homes boarded up. Island Administrator Joseph Ferguson held a town meeting on Wednesday to prepare for Tropical Storm ERIKA.
I've been through several hurricanes, you know, and it don't faze me too easily. As you can see, the weather in Governor's Harbor is very beautiful. The atmosphere is of calm, of course, perhaps calm before the storm. But we are fully prepared for Hurricane ERIKA, and we've made all the preparations have already been done.
I know that you had the meet. What else came out of your meeting in terms of contingency plan and stuff like that?
We went through the whole gamut yesterday. We're doing a hurricane shelter check one more time for tomorrow. The shelter will be activated by 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Our command center is activated. We have our satellite phones testing them today. We went through the whole gamut yesterday, and we're fully prepared.
Shelters will open up Friday at 4 o'clock. Some early morning showers, however, in Governor's Harbor, but everything was okay. In Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, where the saying is, the calm before the storm. For ZNS News Network, I'm Charles Fisher.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Letty, designed for extra miles.